What's up, Warriors? How you guys doing? Today we're gonna talk about injuries. A lot of people are getting hurt, injured, working out, doing their daily routine, their cardio, their hit training. A lot of people are just confused in that area as well. They're rushing the process. They're thinking that doing more is always going to be best, or rushing the process is going to get you quicker results, shortcuts. There is no shortcuts, to any place worth going, because what's going to happen is that you're going to run into a lot of problems, a lot of trial and error, a lot of injuries that you're asking for. A lot of people at the gym, this video is for, a lot of people that have been hitting me up. Were like, hey, what should I do? My elbow hurts, my shoulder hurts, my knee hurts. And when I talk to them about, well, how did it happen? It's always going to be, it's always going to be like, improper form. That's by far one of the main, main things that I was failing at. That was, something that, I never really pay attention to. I was always just trying to lift as heavy as I could, thinking that that's the way to build muscle. And let me tell you, that is not the way to build muscle. I learned hypertrophy training, which is building muscle, burning fat. Hypertrophy training is pretty much focusing on form, focusing on actually stimulating that muscle that you're trying to work on. It's going to be picking a weight that you're able to handle. And this is where everybody, fails, because they ego lift. They don't want to, they feel a type of way because they're not picking up the weight that they want. They're at these public gyms, commercial gyms where, it's just about ego lifting. It's about going in there and seeing who could pick up the most. That mindset there is what's going to, take you to, to get hurt or seriously injured, which a lot of people, including some of my clients, that I have to school and that I have to teach that that is not the way. Don't come in here with that mentality of impressing me with how much you could pick up, how much you could put at that in the squat rack. A lot of people, like I said, you're setting yourself up for failure, for an injury, and you're asking for it. I went through a lot of injuries. A lot of us are going to go through it, through this. Injuries are our best teachers. Sometimes you go in there pumped up, you feel stronger, and that's what's going to get you to, put more weight on there. And that's, I learned, to me, this is what I learned. I learned that, the way you got to increase, and progress, on your lift, it's going to be, once a month, and it's going to be in increments of 5-10 pounds. It's nothing crazy. A lot of us, we go beyond that. Right away, we want to slap on another 45 on each side, another 25 on each side. So 25 and 25, that's 50. Or at 35, a plate. It's just, you got to slow and steadily progress. We always want to rush the process. That's where everybody fails. I was one of them. I was one of the, the worst ones. Where like every time that, I got back or I got better from an injury that I should have learned my lesson, that's why I said, lessons are our best teachers. Why? Because it's going to teach you not to do that again. But let me tell you this, a lot of people don't learn the lesson until they really get serious injured. And I tore my pec, like I said, back in 2006, for pressing a lot of weight, which, I felt good. And I was just, forcing myself and just, going to an extreme that it was unnecessary. I wasn't even feeling that chest no more. It was just trying to press, trying to ego lift, just trying to see how strong I was. And that caused me a tear, in my left pec. So, like I said, shoulders injuries. Shoulders are one of the fucking first ones to go. When you press a lot of heavy weight doing shoulders, you could get hurt doing bench, doing shoulder presses. With a lot of heavy weight, you don't really need a lot of heavy weight. Let me tell you, like I said, I learned the hard way, and a lot of us, we just have, injuries, a lot of wear and tear, a lot of, old injuries that come back. Sometimes I still feel them, but now I know better. I just go in there, get blood flow. I do light work. Sometimes I got to do a lot of cable work to get my mobility going, get that, get warmed up. And throughout my years of talking to people, trying different workouts and seeing what did what works and what doesn't. It all boils down to everything's gonna work, but it has, it's time. Everything's done in a timely manner. You're exactly where you're at for the work you've been putting in. So don't try to jump steps. Don't try to go too ahead of yourself. Once you start complicating form, or you start, using improper form, that's just too heavy for you. You got to get that in your head. When you lose form, you're just, that's a bad habit to have, because you're just going to teach yourself to lift the weight at all costs without even, targeting that muscle that you're trying to. It's not about just picking up the weight and putting it back in the rack. It's about actually building. That's why it's called building. You're building your body. The way that you build is, obviously by how you feed it, working out, stimulating that muscle that you want to enhance. A lot of us, what we do is just, we go too heavy. That's just the number one thing that people are getting injured at the gym, is because they're going too heavy. They lift more than what they could handle, and they're just not patient. They're not patient enough. So I'm here to tell you that, it's not going to be, quicker results. You're not going to get to the end goal quicker. You got to go in there with the mindset, the mentality that you're building your body, and that's going to take time. It's going to take years. All these people that are looking a certain way, or your IG influencer, or your, favorite actor, or your favorite bodybuilder, all those people, it took years to get like that. You just don't get like that overnight. A lot of people forget about that. They want to look like a cover of a magazine in 3 months and 6 months, and it's not going to happen. There is no way that you could rush muscle growth. So, it's a tough pill to swallow, but this video goes for a lot of people that are just ego lifting, improper lifting, rushing the process, not being educated enough, not having a structured plan, not knowing, that, there's certain ways to, structure a routine to, start working your way towards, the weights. A lot of people, they come in and they never even lifted before. So, and they go straight to like the worst things, the big compound movements, where I'm like, damn, where'd you get this routine from? And then they're like, well, I got it from YouTube at this guy that I want to look like. And I'm like, okay, well, the problem with that is that he's been doing that for years. You're not where he's at. So why will you do his routine? And to top it off, they want to copy how he eats. So nah, it doesn't work like that. Don't be a fool, and don't be delusional. That's not the way it works. Everybody, started, from the bottom and worked their way up. If you were to ask them where they started, they didn't start where you're trying to pick up from, or where you're trying to start from. So get that through your head. Prevent these injuries that are easy for you to notice, which, if it's a lot of weight, drop it, and forget about, impressing people. Forget about trying to look cool, because, you're going to throw everything away. And the first thing that humans do, is just, they quit on everything. Once you get hurt, your legs, or, your knees, or your back, your shoulders, you end up giving up. I know, because I did it. A lot of people, they don't know that you could still work around it, but obviously you don't have to get there. You don't have to be there. If you were just to go to the gym, take your time, and focus on form, and focus on proper technique, that's what's going to get you to longevity, for you to stick around long enough to, keep pushing, keep growing. And your time, your time is going to come where, well, you're going to get the look that you want, and it's just going to be, it's going to be normal. You're just going to go in there and maintain, and you go and chase the feeling. The results are going to come. You just got to keep on pushing pushing the work ethic, and the structured plan that you have. and you're gonna get there. A lot of people, like I said, they didn't get like that overnight. So stop trying to find shortcuts. There is no shortcuts. Let's run it.